Welcome to English Simplified, the podcast where English becomes clear, fluent, and simple. Today, we are going to do a complete IELTS speaking simulation, exactly like the real test. If you are listening to this episode, it is probably because you want to improve your English, because the IELTS speaking makes you think, or because you have already taken it and honestly thought, I could have done better, but I froze. I want to be very clear from the beginning. This kind of block is almost never a level problem, but a problem of pressure and posture. And to help you practice after this episode, you can download the free supporting PDF in the description, with a clear 7-day routine to train calmly. Let's start right away. Good morning. My name is Alex. I am your examiner. You tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My name is Ravi Mehta.
Thank you. How old are you?
I am 30 years old.
Very well. Where do you come from exactly?
I come from India, and I currently live in a large city.
Thank you. We will now move on to some general and personal questions. Could you tell me what you do for a living?
I work as a software engineer in a technology company. I develop applications with a team, and it is quite a technical job on a daily basis.
Wow. Okay. And if you had to explain your job to a child, what would you say?
I would say that I create tools on a computer to help people do things more easily, such as paying, communicating, or working.
Does your job look like what you imagined when you were younger?
Not exactly, because I thought it would be simpler. But in reality there is a lot of thinking, responsibility, and sometimes pressure.
Is this a job you see yourself doing in 10 years?
Yes, I think so, because technology evolves, but my field remains useful, even if my role will probably change over time.
At what time of the day do you use technology for the first time?
In the morning, almost immediately, I check my phone to see messages, then I turn on my computer to start the day.
And if you forget your phone at home, how do you feel?
At first I feel a bit stressed, but after a while I feel calmer, and I realize that it is not such a big deal.
In your opinion, does technology help us more than it tires us?
I would say both, because it helps a lot, but it also tires the mind, and it all depends on how we use it.
Very well. Is your job rather calm or rather stressful?
It is often stressful, especially when there are short deadlines, but I try to manage the pressure.
When you come home after a long day, what is the first thing you like to do?
I sit down for a few minutes without doing anything. Then I listen to music or go for a short walk, and that helps me release the pressure.
Wow. Okay. Are you someone who still thinks about work in the evening?
Yes, sometimes, but I try to think about it less and less, because it is not good for sleep.
Thank you, Ravi. This is the end of part 1. Okay, pause. Let's do a quick debrief of part 1. For all our English learners, what you have just heard is very important. Simple, personal, well-organized answers, without trying to impress. And that is exactly what the examiner expects in part 1 of the IELTS speaking. I am now going to give you a topic. You will have 1 minute to prepare, and then you will speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Topic. Describe a person in your life who inspires you in your daily life. Your time is finished. You may begin.
I am going to talk about someone who inspires me a lot in my daily life, and it is my father. Someone very simple, but very consistent in the way he lives and works. He has held the same type of job for many years, and what inspires me most about him is not his position or his salary, but the way he stays calm and respectful when things become difficult. For example, even when he is tired or under pressure, he prefers to look for solutions rather than complain, and as I grew up, I realized that this attitude requires real inner strength. This way of thinking influences my own way of working today, especially when I face stress, because I try to stay calm and think before reacting. For all these reasons, this person truly inspires me in my daily life.
Thank you. This is the end of part 2. For you, my dear English learners, what makes this answer effective is not complicated vocabulary, but a clear structure, simple examples, and sincerity, and that is more than enough to achieve a very good score. We talked about inspiration. In your opinion, why do many young adults feel so much pressure today?
I think it is because everything moves very fast and expectations are high, especially with constant comparisons on social media, which creates the feeling that you always have to succeed quickly.
Do you think society values rest and balance enough?
Not really, because success is often associated with constant work and productivity, and taking rest is sometimes seen as a waste of time rather than a necessity.
Why is it sometimes difficult to simply say, I am tired?
Because some people still think that being tired is a sign of weakness, and many are afraid of being judged or appearing less competent.
In your opinion, what is missing most in modern life?
I would say tranquility, because even when people have free time, their minds are often still occupied by work or responsibilities.
Do you think young people take enough time for themselves today?
Not really, because many people feel guilty when they take time to rest, as if they always have to be productive.
In your opinion, do people talk enough about their daily stress?
No, I think many people keep their stress to themselves, either out of habit or because they do not want to worry others.
Do you think a simpler life could make people happier?
Yes, in many cases, because a simpler life helps reduce pressure and allows people to focus more on what really matters.
What helps people feel good the most today? Money, time, or relationships?
I would say relationships, because even when life is complicated, feeling supported by others helps people stay balanced.
Thank you, Ravi. In general, your English is clear, easy to understand, and well adapted to the questions asked. You answer directly, you stay coherent, and you show a good ability to organize your ideas without rushing. In part 1, your answers are natural and well balanced. In part 2, your structure is clear and personal, which makes your speech credible. In part 3, you express simple and understandable opinions, with good control of rhythm. To continue improving, you can gently work on adding a few more examples and improving the flow between ideas, but the foundation is already solid and encouraging.
Thank you, Alex, and to all our listeners.
And you, dear learners, remember this. A good score in the IELTS speaking does not come from rare vocabulary, but from clear thinking expressed calmly. If you answer the question, if you structure your ideas, and if you speak like a real human being, your English naturally becomes stronger. If you feel intimidated, that is normal. Even people who speak well can freeze, because the test makes it feel like every sentence defines you. But it does not. You have the right to hesitate a little, you have the right to breathe, and you have the right to rest. Confidence does not come before, it comes after 2 or 3 good repetitions. And to help you practice after this episode, you can download the free supporting PDF in the description, with a simple 7-day routine, 1 question per day, and a clear method to train without stress. Thank you for listening to this episode of English Simplified. See you very soon.